Hey guys, welcome back to ItsRJTV. Today I'm coming at you with a list of 10 things that can improve your golf game, regardless of whether you're a beginner or a seasoned vet. Let's begin. Number 1, accuracy might not be what you think it is. If you have a club that's not very accurate and you hit a good shot, a lot of times you're sweating bullets wondering where that ball is going to land. But if you have a club with high accuracy, it's still going to land relatively close to where your target was on the fairway. I thought that it had to do with how fast the meter went back and forth. However, that's not completely true. It also has to do with if you hit a perfect shot. Well, not every time that you hit a perfect shot is it going to be perfectly centered. You could be on the right or the left of perfect. Now, if you had a club with higher accuracy, your great shot may be more accurate than someone else's perfect shot with a club that's not as highly rated under accuracy. Number 2, it's okay to upgrade bad clubs if you're new. For example, the beginner clubs that they give you are horrible. So, say you're trying to unlock some clubs in Tour 1 and you get the Rocket, which if you watched my last video, you heard me rail against the Rocket and the quarterback. Well, the Rocket upgraded just a couple times is way better than the beginner's club, I'm sorry. It's $100 to upgrade the Rocket for the first time. $340 to upgrade it a second time, $800 for a third time, and $1,600 for the fourth time. Now, this may seem like a lot of money for a beginner, but to have a better advantage out the gates to get you further faster, go ahead and upgrade these clubs as long as they're not rarer clubs and it costs you a lot of money to upgrade them. Number 3, keep in mind shootouts when bringing your woods and long irons with you. Every time I've played a shootout, these are the 2 clubs that I have always used. I used to love the Big Dog. I love the stats on it when I'm using it on an open golf course. However, more of my games end in a shootout than I have games where I actually have to use my wood or long iron because of how far my driver will hit the ball. I'll be using different clubs. So this is something to keep in mind. More than half, probably about 75 to 80% of my games end in a shootout. So when you think wood or long iron, there are certain things that you think with these clubs because they're power clubs. They're meant to hit the ball far. So you're thinking power, you're thinking curl, and you're thinking topspin. So once the ball hits the ground, it'll go even further with that topspin. No, instead think about these things: accuracy, backspin, and ball guide. Because if you have even more than half of your games ending in a shootout, you only win a shootout if you get a hole-in-one or if you end up closer to the pin than the other person. And with these, with a single shot, landing on the green, you're definitely going to want more control over that ball than you are power. Number 4, rarer does not necessarily mean better. You have to look at the cards. Much like what I just said above, certain clubs do certain jobs. So if you get a club that's not meant to go far, say you're short iron, why would you want a whole bunch of topspin on a short iron when you could just use a longer club to go further? You would be more helped by backspin, or, depending on whatever club it is you have, certain clubs you're going to need to weigh your options on what stats it's offering for you. So that's very important. Not to mention the cost of upgrades on a rare club are generally going to be higher than on more common clubs. Another thing to keep in mind there. Number 5, adjust your game to your opponent. If your opponent makes a mistake, capitalize on it and play very conservatively. They're already going to be penalized if they landed in the rough or on a sand trap. I'm sorry, I couldn't say the word sand trap there. Or worst case scenario, they land out of bounds. Now they have to hit back from the tee. Instead of pulling back a little bit further to get that extra few yards to jump over a sand dune or potentially land out of bounds, you can take the safe route and ensure that you get a good shot, and they're still going to be hitting from further back. So adjust your game, play more conservatively if your opponent makes a mistake. Number 6, very important, manage your money. Just because you have enough money to enter that new tour you just unlocked or upgrade your favorite club doesn't mean it's time to. If you have 30,000 gold coins and it's 30,000 gold coins to upgrade your favorite golf club or to enter this new tournament that you want to enter, here's a question. If you're entering that tournament, what happens if you lose? Sure, it's very enticing to go from 30,000 to 60,000 in one game, but you don't know who your opponent's going to be. And if this is a brand new tour for you, you're not familiar with the tour. You're not familiar with the fairways and, where to take your shots. You may have to go first, so you ain't going to be able to copy the other guy. So that's very important when it comes to managing your money. You don't want to lose that game and end up going from beginner and getting 50 gold coins for each win over and over, and then 200, going on forward. It's better to stay where you're at, where you're competing at a good level, say for 800 gold coins or potentially even higher, 3,000 gold coins, while you have 30,000 in the bank, and then your money will grow faster as opposed to losing it all and playing for peanuts. Number 7, know your courses. Some courses allow you to take certain risks that you generally wouldn't take because, for example, it is a shorter course. So it may be only a par 3 as opposed to a par 5 course. So if I see a way that I can pull all the way back and at least get a good shot, or semi-good shot without slicing the ball, and I may land in a sand trap or I may land in the rough, but you know what? I'm right next to the green. I know that my rough iron or my sand wedge is going to be able to reach the green. I'm going to take that shot as opposed to playing it more carefully and using a shorter club, and then it's going to take me 2 shots to get onto the green. Now I have the advantage because I can chip in with my sand wedge or my rough iron. So know your courses and you'll find yourself winning more games. Number 8, don't be intimidated by how many trophies your opponent has. I am sitting at about 500 trophies at the making of this recording. And I have lost to people who have had 100 trophies. I have beaten people who have over 1,000 trophies. You don't know if someone's going to have a good game or not. You don't know if they're going to get bumped, or if they're playing on their cell phone, they may get a phone call in the middle of their game. So don't be intimidated. You might just be better than them. Better than you think. Number 9, this is etiquette. Don't rage quit. In case you don't know how, you can click your picture icon or the little gearbox next to your picture, and it'll bring up a menu, and on that menu it'll say forfeit. That will end the match immediately. If you forfeit a match because you've just made too many mistakes and you feel there's no way you could win this game, the person you're facing is much more likely to accept your rematch challenge if you forfeit the proper way because you did not make them wait all that extra time. So keep that in mind, because if you forfeited, chances are you're unhappy with your play, not theirs. And finally, we've come to number 10. Come back often to open your chests. This is a common sense thing, but a lot of people don't necessarily do this. Chests are money in this game. Literally, you get gold coins, you get gems, and most importantly, you get clubs. So, if you don't have time to play the game, you don't have to come on to play golf. Just come on to open up those gold chests, or those silver chests, or any chests, the free chests in the upper left corner. This is going to improve your golf bag. It's going to allow you to upgrade. It's going to give you the free coins and the free gems, and you're going to get better because you're going to have more cards than someone who collects once or twice a day. So I hope this list was helpful for you, and if it was, please give me some love. Please leave a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if there's anything I didn't cover or if there's anything you disagree with. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the support. This channel wouldn't be here without you. I love making these videos, so if you have an idea for another video, let me know. Check out my video library. I have over 60 videos, although most of them don't cover video games. It may be something that you're interested in. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this list, and have a wonderful day.